Good morning, welcome back to another video. We're in the Lake District. I've just parked the car up in the little hamlet of Kentmere, and today we are doing the Kentmere Horseshoe, which is a 12-mile classic horseshoe in the Lake District National Park in the Far Eastern Fells, which is a bit of a quieter area compared to some of the other areas in the lakes. To get to Kentmere you have to go down this long single track windy road, and there is very little car parking in the little village as well. And you may be thinking we're in the southeast of the Lake District and the hills and the mountains here might be a little bit smaller or less dramatic, but I'm telling you right now, the fells around here are some of my favourite in the lakes. I absolutely love the Far Eastern Fells. It's a bit quieter and you still get these stunning views. It is absolutely freezing this morning, 0 degrees down the valley when I was driving over. Frost on the car this morning. The clocks went back last night. Summer is officially gone, so we are now into proper autumn winter season, and yeah, I'm excited because I love this time of year. Oh, look at that for a view to start the day. So Kentmere's just sat down there behind me, and we are heading up to our first Wainwright today, the first of 8. So if you're a Wainwright bagger and you haven't done any of the Far Eastern Fells, the Kentmere Horseshoe is the route for you. So there is potential to do 9 Wainwrights on this route if you go and do High Street as well, and you could even do 10 if you did a further out and back past High Street, but we're not going to do that today. So the first Wainwright of the day is called Yoke, and then from there we'll head over to Ilbel, then over to Frostwick, and then Thornthwaite Crag, which is the highest peak of the day. And then we'll head on to the second half of the horseshoe where we'll go over to Mardale Ilbel, then up to Harterfell, Kentmere Pike, and lastly Shipman Knots. So 8 Wainwrights, and as always I'll bring you along with me, show you the views, give you a bit of info whilst we're out. Hopefully the sunshine will stay out. We are in a bit of a race with the weather today because at about 2-3 o'clock a bit of a nasty weather front is rolling into the Lake District, and there's going to be high winds and rains. So I've set off super early today, so we should hopefully get around before that weather comes in. But yeah, thank you so much for clicking on the video. I'll catch up with you on the way around as always. I need to put the camera down because I am absolutely blowing. I'll probably catch up with you now on the ridge line where the first 3 Wainwrights are. just made it up to Yoke, the first wainwright of the day, and to my left we've got the most stunning views of the Lake District, and to my right we are completely clagged out. Crazy, but look at that for a view. That is absolutely epic. This is absolutely mega. What a view. As I was on my way up to Yoke, passed 3 people and they watched my YouTube videos. I couldn't believe it. It was so lovely. Thank you so much for saying hi, guys. But yeah, I hope you had a mega day out doing the horseshoe. Thanks, guys, and I really appreciate the kind words you had to say. So we are now heading up to Ilbel, which you can see the summit. I just can't get over this view, man, it's insane. But you can see the summit just there, and I reckon we're going to get some awesome views up there because it might be sat just above the clouds, so it might be a little mini inversion. Yeah, we're going to power up there to the second wainwright of the day. As you'll have seen, the walk up to Yoke, it's a bit of a slog, but on a day like today, I didn't even realise I was going uphill for half of it because I was just so in awe of the beautiful Lake District views. Insane. We definitely made the right decision coming to the far eastern fells today, because looking over to the western fells, over towards sort of Bowfell, Landales and the Scarfell region, it looks quite cloudy over there, and I think that's probably the cloud that we're going to get hit with later on. But yeah, God, look at that view behind me. Look at that view behind me now. What a day. Welcome to the Lake District. And we are 5.5k in. We're doing good, making good time. I'm feeling like I've got a bit of that mountain fitness creeping back, which is really nice. You can see all the way down to Windermere as well. What did I say? I told you. It's a bit quieter up here. Bearing in mind it's a Sunday, I've only passed a few people. But yeah, you're just in for a treat. I've been up here when it's been absolutely brutal, when it's been raining and windy, but to be honest, anywhere in the lakes when the weather's like that is going to be a tough day out. But yeah, the times I've been up here when it's been clear, it's just awesome. So yeah, anyway, we're about to hit another steep bit, and I'm going to need to breathe properly, and I can't do that when I'm talking to the camera at the moment. So we're going to power up here, and then I'll catch up with you probably around Thornthwaite Crag now, which is probably around the halfway point. So I've just made it to Thornthwaite Crag, which is behind me. As you'll have seen, the whole of the summit and the surrounding area was covered in clag. And so I parked my bum in a sheltered spot because it is really windy and it is so cold up here. And by the time I finished my sandwich, it had completely cleared and we've got beautiful sunny views again. So yeah, worth having a little stop. I only stopped for about 15 minutes because it is absolutely Baltic, really cold wind, definitely sub-zero with the wind chill up here today. But we've got some stunning views looking deeper into the far eastern fells now. Really is beautiful around here. This is called High Street, which is an old Roman road, I believe, according to the map. And there's a trig point at the top, which is a wainwright. But we're not going to go up to the summit of High Street today. I would recommend doing it if you've never done it before, but we are going to head over to Mardale Il Bell now. We're on the second half of the route now. We've done, how far have we done? 9.5 kilometers, so we're just about halfway. So far, 10 out of 10. I think the weather, it looks like, although the sunshine came out for a little bit again, it looks like we are going to get a lot more cloud on the second half, which was forecasted, and it's why I got out early, because I really wanted to get some sunshine. You would be able to see all the way over there in the distance Helvellyn, but it's clagged out at the minute. It'll be busy on there today, I'm sure, Striding Edge. And this is where we leave High Street and we go along this little trod thing. I'm hoping when we're on our way up to Harterfeld, it's clear enough to look at the view looking down at Kentmere Reservoir, because it is a really, really nice view, and it gives you a really good view of the whole route that we did first thing this morning. So fingers crossed it'll be a nice view there. But yeah, I'm going to put the camera down, I'm going to crack on. We'll probably catch up with you around Harterfell on that final ridge back down into Kentmere. Right, Harterfell, 5th wainwright of the day. I'm sorry if I'm shouting, but it is blowing an absolute hoolie up here. So I don't even know if you can hear me. the wind really picked up from Thornthwaite Crag over to here. It was still as anything this morning, so yeah, that bad weather is definitely coming in. But oh man, I'm so glad the Crag lifted properly, because the views we had over to Heart of Fell were amazing. I forgot how nice the view was, looking down towards Haweswater and looking over the rest of the far eastern fells and the eastern fells in the distance. Absolutely stunning down on that left hand side. And then we had that beautiful view looking down to the Kentmere Reservoir and the 3 summits we did earlier on. We're moving quite fast now because it's really cold, and it really looks like that bad weather's going to come in the next few hours. So we're powering ahead. Kentmere Pike in the distance, probably about 1 kilometre, 2 kilometres away, and then we'll be dropping down to the final Wainwright of the day, Shipman Knots. Awesome day so far. The second half has definitely been a bit more of a mental test, just because the wind is absolutely battering me. I nearly got blown over a few times on the way up. I guess that's what happens when you're built like a bean pole and you're 6'3". I've got nothing about me. The hand that's holding the camera hasn't got a glove on it in a minute, so I'm going to stop filming because my digits are freezing. But yeah, how far are we into the route now? 13k in. I think we've probably got about 6 to 7 left. Next stop, Kentmere Pike. So I've made it back down into the valley. Proper classic Lake District horseshoe walk from Heart of Fell down to here. I've had a bit of a pace on because the wind was just mega up on the tops. It was blowing a hoolie, and yeah, it was really cold. I thought it was going to bring in the bad weather that's forecasted, however it seems to have held off for the time being. It's supposed to come in about 2-3 o'clock and it's now 1:45, so yeah, we finished just in time. But that was an awesome day out in the fells. We had a bit of everything with the weather. The views were just non-stop stunning, and I really do highly recommend doing the Kentmere Horseshoe. It's quite a long one. I think we are now approaching 19 kilometres. Yeah, it's a big day out, and today was a prime example of why it's super important to keep an eye on the forecast, because when I set off this morning there's barely a breath of wind. By the end it was so windy. I'm pretty cream crackered, I'm not gonna lie. I've mentioned it a little bit in the last few videos that I didn't do anywhere near as much as I wanted to this summer for various reasons. So I'm still getting that mountain fitness back. I've done some big days out now, and yeah, we're slowly getting there. But I am definitely feeling it right now. I will leave the route that I did today in the description below. There are a few different ways you can do it, and a couple more Wainwrights if you wanted to do some out and backs. Today we did 8 Wainwrights. I've seen some routes that have 10 Wainwrights on. So yeah, you've got lots of options depending on how many Wainwrights you want to bag and how tired you want to be at the end of the day. Finishing off with a mega view of the whole horseshoe. But yeah, it's time to get back to the car, get home and get some massive scran on. Because I'm starting to feel a little bit faded. I definitely haven't eaten enough today, which is something that I don't usually do on a hike, but yeah, I've been a bit rubbish with my food today. So we're gonna get home, get some big scran on. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying. There's gonna be lots more of it to come. I think the next video is gonna be the Fairfield Horseshoe, which is another classic horseshoe in the Lake District. Oh, and one last thing. I accidentally deleted my Instagram. I was trying to delete the app to have a bit of a break from it, and I ended up not being able to get my account back. It was an absolute mess. So I've had a few messages from people who watch the videos asking where I've gone on Instagram, what's happened. I'll leave a link to the new account in the description below if you want to follow me, because I post lots of photos and live stories of my days out in the hikes. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description. I'm an idiot for deleting it. Right, my camera just cut out, so I think it's dying on me. But I've talked too much anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.